Hey, freedom seekers. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day. It is me, Soul Expression, your freedom lifestyle coach, your yoga lifestyles coach. And today, I want to talk to you a little bit more about meditation, especially meditation when it comes to beginning your meditation journey. I did not start off, everybody starts somewhere, right? And I didn't come from necessarily a very meditative family or upbringing. I got into it myself later as an adult in college. I learned about it and then wanted to try it, thought it would help with my depression. I was suffering from a mixture of things that now I know could be called depression. And today is not necessarily about that story, but basically how I got into meditation was all that I learned about it was that you could sit, and sometimes it could be like a guided meditation, or you could use music, or you could just sit in silence, and you sit down and you close your eyes for a long time, and then when you open your eyes you're supposed to have meditated. And that's all that I knew, right? But that's not always how things go when it comes to meditation. So if you're just starting out, or if you just want a refresher on some of the foundational points about meditation, then this video is for you. So I just want to start out by saying there's these three things that I have on the board are three different type of settings that I put 1, 2, and 3 because in my opinion, this is best for people starting out, and this is kind of what I wish someone would have told me when I was first getting into meditation, because I started here at number 3. I would try and lock myself in a very quiet room, and I would sit and try and stop thinking for long periods of time, sometimes for an hour or whatever, and it would be very difficult and very frustrating, and I felt like I wasn't getting really anything out of it. And the only thing that kind of kept me going was different people's testimonials about how wonderful their meditations were and things like that. So um, I want to recommend to you that if you're just starting out with meditation, that you start listening to, maybe if it's on YouTube or you've come across some of my guided meditations or another teacher or spiritual master's meditations, you listen to a guide for your first year or maybe a couple of months of meditation, because the guide will teach you and sort of guide you through how not to necessarily try and stop thinking, stop your thoughts altogether, but more so how to just observe whatever your mind, if your mind is really busy, or if it's more so calm as you start, or if it starts off busy and then starts to calm down, how to not to get excited about, oh, my mind's calming down, and then accidentally make it busy again. The guided meditation is the best option in my opinion for beginners. And then as you sort of get used to and get more natural in flowing in a meditation, when it comes to your mind, and when it comes to not getting up every time your body gives you an urge to get up and move and stretch, because that's another thing that I struggled with. Once I was able to sit and sort of observe my mind, then, as sometimes it goes with life, I was experiencing many times I would be sitting and I would be observing my mind, and then I would just get these strong urges to just move and stretch and crack my back. And it's fine if you do it once or twice, very naturally. But as it happened with me, and as I've heard through some of my students and some of the people that I've worked with and other people that are just meditators, sometimes those urges, they come again and again and again and again and again, and it's excessive. It's just a way that your mind is using your body instead of so much mind chatter to still try and distract you from your meditation. And so a guide will help you best, in my opinion, as you're beginning your meditation journey, to be able to observe that and not be so reactive to it. Then the second stage, in my opinion, is to do to use some nice calming music. And of course, calming music sometimes comes with guided meditation. Your guided meditations that you may find on YouTube may have calming music in the background. And when I say calming music, I'm using that as a very broad term. It can be like with singing bowls, or it can be with like water, raindrops going on, or like a flowing river, a flowing creek, or something like that. But something calming, some calming sounds. And then you can do that as the second stage. You can do that without the voice, without the guide. Once you've gotten used to how to observe these things going on. And then the last stage that I recommend is to go ahead and attempt and try it out to just meditate in complete silence, or as close to complete silence as you can get, because, well, more advanced yogis and meditators are able to use silence as a way to what's called observe the observer, which is a very, very powerful meditation. It's very, very directly tied to something called self-inquiry, which is a direct path to what we call enlightenment or nirvana or samadhi in Sanskrit. So silence would be the third, or in my opinion, most advanced sound setting for your meditation as you're beginning. So that's pretty much it for this tip. I just wanted to give you some insights that I wish I had as I was beginning my meditation journey, and I hope this really helps. Again, very simple. I think you should start with some guided meditation and get guided meditation for, like I said, maybe a few months before you move on to maybe just music without the words. And then you do want to eventually be able to meditate in silence, and meditate in like the train station, in the airport, and noisy areas where where the practice of meditation is supposed to take you, which is inward. Of course, you're not going anywhere but inward, and you're not following your mind anywhere but just inward, beyond the realm of just thought and feeling, where you can meditate in even noise, but you still are in silence within your own being. So really hope this helped, and there's more information on that in our book called The Ultimate Checklist, 117 Effective Yoga Tips to help boost your practice today. So go ahead and check that out whenever you can, and I'll see you guys in the next tip video. Peace and love.